Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing fine and gearing up for your December admissions. Those who are coming in September, they must be packing their bags or already on the way. Today I'm going to talk about something which is very relevant for December intake or intakes after that, because we're going to discuss about the documents that are needed for visa. So the first and the foremost question is when you can apply for your visa. So you can apply your visa 3 months prior to your course commencement. So you can apply it if it's just 3 months left for your course commencement. You can apply at that point. From that point till the time, I would say at least you should be applying it at least a month before your course start, because then it will take time to get the decision. And as I've told you in my earlier videos, you can go back and check that there are some settlement issues. There are issues if you do not come on time. So it's always recommended to be on time for your course. So yes, if you have all the documents ready, or I would suggest work on all your documents while you are applying for the universities, so that as soon as you have your CAS letter, you can apply for your visa. Alright, let's talk about the documentations now. I'm going to tell you a very important thing that you need to remember when you scan your documents, but we're going to talk about it at a later stage. Let's discuss about the documents right now. First document is your current passport. Yes, it's obvious, but your current passport is what you need. Second document is your CAS letter. Now, this is something that you really don't have much control on. You'll be able to get this only after the university accept you as a student and you pay your initial deposits and you have your unconditional letter. So, third thing is your English qualification. This is what you have it in your hands. So IELTS are generally they're valid till 2 years. So there is no point waiting for the last while you're applying for the university, or while you're making up your mind which university to apply for. You can start preparing for IELTS as well. So this is what you can do simultaneously, because English qualification is something that is required in all universities. At times they do give you certificate basis your qualification if you feel you're applicable that way, or you're coming from a country which do not require you to prove English qualification, then you might skip this one. But in my case, or from anyone who's coming from India, this is a requirement. This proof of language is generally there on your CAS letter. So there will be a mention of how did you prove your language accuracy. So it can be a certificate, it can be an IELTS. So whatever is written on your CAS letter, you have to provide a proof of the same along with your application. Now comes finance, and as you all know already, and I've told it in my earlier videos also, that you need to have finances for 28 days. So this is another thing that you can do simultaneously while you get your CAS letter, arrange finances into an account. You need a bank letter, a statement of your account. If you are taking a loan, then a letter from a bank regarding the approval of the loan. If you are taking a sponsorship, then sponsorship letter from your sponsor. Also, the fixed deposits can be considered as your amount towards the so that you can show this as your finances. But these should either be in your name. If someone else is sponsoring you for the education, like your parents or your guardians, so in that case you need a letter from your parents and guardians. If all the entire thing is in their name, then you have to take a letter that says that they authorize you, they'll be funding you, and whatever the amount that you're showing in their name, they will be spending that for your education. So that is required. Now, if you're showing for your account of your spouse, I would suggest that show it in a joint account where your name is already there, because that's more easier to get through. I'm not saying that every time there's a question when you show in your spouse account, but it's comparatively easier to get through the process if it is a joint account rather than only in your spouse name. And also, if you're showing your spouse or your parents as they're funding your education, you have to attach a proof of relationship as well. And here is a tip. I would say try and not show multiple sources like 2-3 bank statements or bank letters, separate FDs. Try and concise it, because less the easier. And if at all it's not possible to concise it into 1 or 2 accounts, and there are a lot of them, I'll suggest that you put a cover note. A cover note helps them to verify. They will know how many statements you've put, because they are usually overloaded and in a hurry, so they might miss a statement or two, and that can result in your rejection or a question. So it's better that you make a cover letter where you can state that these many number of bank statements are what you're attaching, each have this amount, and this leads to total of this. So that'll be easier for them. Having said that, try and not attach unnecessary papers to your application, because too many papers can also confuse them. So do take note of this. Another thing that is required for your visa is your TB test results, and this is one more thing, as I've told you in my earlier video, that you can do it parallelly. You need not wait for your CAS letter. You can take your appointment, and by the time you're waiting for your CAS, you can get your medical done. It's valid for 6 months, so don't do it too early, but you can do it anywhere between this 6 months time. And once you have it from an authorized medical center, you can present it at the time of visa. Some specific courses also need ATAS. I'm putting a link below in case your course need an ATAS certification. You also need to have that ready when you're applying for your visa. But this is for a very specific course. Some specific courses need them, not all of them. So you can go and check in that link whether your course is in that category or not. If so, if it is there, then you will need an ATAS certificate as well. So there are 2 things: that your documents should not be laminated and they should be in A4 size. If you're taking, you can take a service from VFS. When you go there, you can take your documents, they'll check it and they'll scan it for you. It is at additional cost, but if you don't have a scanner at home and you find it too cumbersome to scan, then you can go for this service. It's also beneficial because they check all your documents also at once. Again, do not scan A3 or any other sizes. Scan A4 documents only. So that will be all for today. I hope it was helpful. I'll see you again soon in my next video. Bye bye for now. Take care.